Side. Well, if you are following along with the Bible reading plan in the Hillside app, or you do a different plan, maybe that you do every year, it's kind of a year-long plan, and a lot of times those start in the Old Testament portion in Genesis and work their way through chronologically. So I'm doing a plan like that, and so recently I just finished Exodus and have been starting Leviticus, and I am just having every day just the same thoughts going from the ending of Exodus into Leviticus. So Exodus ends with this description, the detail of building the tabernacle and creating the garb, everything that the priests are to wear, and gives a detailed description of that, and then talks about how they are to wear it and how they are to set everything up in the tabernacle. And then going into Leviticus, it lays out all the different sacrifices and in great detail, and great and gory detail, I should say. And I was just reading it, and some people think, oh, Exodus and Leviticus, they're very boring, whatever. I just repeatedly was just being, man, I'm so thankful I don't have to do this. Like, literally thank Jesus that we don't have to do this. And as I thought, the priest, it seems like this, like when I think about, being the priest or being the high priest, it seems like this very elevated position, looked up to, and like it'd be a cool thing, and you're a very important person. But then I thought, but actually it sounds horrible. You have to put on this what sounding probably heavy, cumbersome, uncomfortable clothing, and you have to sprinkle blood on it, and then you have to remain in that clothing for 7 days straight, and you are putting blood on yourself and like the fat of the animals. You're constantly slaughtering animals and just covered in just like blood and fat and grossness. I don't even like touching raw meat when I'm gonna cook it, let alone slaughtering animals and sprinkling them and pouring blood on things. And it just is not a thing that I want to do. And not only that, but we were talking last night in our young adult study in Hebrews. He is writing to the Hebrews, so he uses a lot of the examples of the sacrificial system, which we was like really glad that I'm reading this at the same time we're going through this, because it's very helpful. But we were talking about how you do all of that, all of this work, all of the time, and then it's not even enough. It can't even purify you inside. All it does is purify the outside, purify the flesh. That's why they still, in addition to the sacrifices, have all these specific rules and regulations to follow, because the sacrifices don't change their heart, don't make them want to do good. They still need this set of rules. Whereas we, thank Jesus, do not have to go through this sacrificial system, because Jesus died once and for all. He is the ultimate high priest, and his blood, not only and resurrection, because he conquered the grave, not only purified the outside, it purifies the inside, purifies our hearts, and now we have the Holy Spirit. And so we don't need all these rules and regulations, the specifics to follow. All it is just command to just go and love and be Jesus, and that will, work through us and out of us. So thank Jesus. I'm so grateful for his mercy and his grace as I read through these passages. So if you're ever thinking, the Christian life is a cumbersome thing with rules you have to follow, it's not. We don't have these do's and don'ts that they had and these standards they have to live up to. It's just love Jesus, love God, and love others, and go out there and be Jesus in the world. So I want to encourage you with that today, and we'll see you next time, Hillside.